It was a day that changed many things across the United States. On September 10th, 2025, a sad and shocking event happened at Utah Valley University. A well-known political leader, Charlie Kirk, was giving a speech. He was a close helper of President Donald Trump and had many followers. Many people were there to listen to him speak on the campus grounds. He was talking in front of a big crowd, sharing his ideas about important topics. Suddenly, a loud sound filled the air. It was a single gunshot that echoed clearly. Everyone stopped moving for a moment. Then fear took over the crowd. Charlie Kirk was shot while he was speaking to the people. He fell down quickly, badly hurt by the shot. People quickly understood the terrible truth. A famous man, a voice for many, was attacked right in front of them. The quiet university event turned into a scene of great confusion and fear. Loud screams filled the air as people panicked. They ran in every direction, pushing and pulling, trying to find a safe place. There was chaos everywhere. Chairs fell over, and voices were loud with shock and worry. Nobody knew what to do or where to go. The news spread very fast. People across the entire nation quickly heard what happened. They felt very surprised and scared. This moment was shocking for everyone. It showed that even public places meant for discussion could become dangerous. The quiet campus became a place of chaos and terror very fast, leaving a deep mark on the country. 2. His life. Charles James Kirk was a very important conservative leader. He was born on October 14, 1993, in the Chicago area of Illinois. He was only 31 years old when he passed away on September 10, 2025. His unexpected death left many people shocked. As a young man, Charlie Kirk showed a strong and early interest in politics. Even in high school, he was very active. He supported political campaigns, like for a U.S. Senate candidate. He even once organized a protest against a price increase in his school's cafeteria food. This desire to speak up and make changes clearly showed the path his future career would take. He was always ready to stand up for his beliefs. At just 18 years old in 2012, Kirk started something truly significant. He co-founded an organization called Turning Point USA with another activist, William Montgomery. Their main idea was simple: to share and promote conservative principles on college campuses across America. They wanted to counter what they saw as too many liberal ideas in schools. What started as a small local effort quickly grew very large. It became the biggest conservative youth group in the entire country, with chapters at more than 850 universities and colleges. Turning Point USA also became a strong media operation, supported by many rich conservative donors. It also started controversial projects like the Professor Watch List and the School Board Watch List. Charlie Kirk's rise to national fame was very fast. At first, he had some doubts about Donald Trump during the 2016 Republican primary election. However, he soon became one of candidate Trump's most loyal and vocal supporters. He was even hired as a personal helper for Donald Trump Jr. during that general election campaign. This role brought him directly into the inner circle of what would become the Trump administration. President Donald Trump often spoke highly of Charlie Kirk, saying that Kirk helped bring many young people and people of color to his presidential campaigns. Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA, claimed that their efforts led to a shift in how younger voters cast their ballots in 2024. This shift, they believed, helped President Donald Trump achieve his 5-point margin of victory in key states. His influence reached far beyond college campuses. Charlie Kirk hosted The Charlie Kirk Show, a popular conservative talk radio program. This show had a large audience, with more than 500,000 people listening every month. He was also a major figure on social media. He had an impressive 5.3 million followers on X, which was formerly known as Twitter. He often appeared on national television, especially on Fox News. His direct and often provocative comments, along with his unwavering support for President Donald Trump, made him a sought-after guest. Through these platforms, he built a powerful media presence that shaped political discussions for many people. Beyond his public political work, Charlie Kirk was a devoted family man. In May 2021, he married Erica Francevey, a former beauty queen and entrepreneur. They began dating in 2018 and shared a deep Christian faith that became more important in his public messages over time. The couple had 2 young children, a daughter born in August 2022 and a son born in May 2024. Just weeks before his death, he had celebrated his daughter's 3rd birthday. He chose to keep his children's names and faces private on social media, showing his commitment to protecting their privacy despite his own very public life. His family was a central part of his world. 3. The Last Day. Charlie Kirk's final day unfolded at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, on September 10, 2025. He was the main speaker at an outdoor event in the Sorensen Center courtyard. The day was set for a public discussion, part of his popular Prove Me Wrong tour, where he talked about important issues. Many people had gathered, eager to listen to his views and engage in debate. The atmosphere was active, full of different ideas and questions under the clear sky. During his speech, about 20 minutes in, Charlie Kirk was discussing the serious topic of gun violence. A student in the audience asked him a question. They talked about mass shootings, and Kirk shared his thoughts, saying too many were happening. As he continued to speak, answering the student, a sharp, loud noise broke the quiet. It was a single, precise gunshot. The sound cut through the air, shocking everyone. The bullet found its target quickly. It struck Charlie Kirk in the neck. People in the crowd saw him instinctively reach for the wound as blood started to appear. He then collapsed backward in his chair, losing consciousness. Instantly, confusion and horror took over the crowd. Screams filled the air, and a wave of panic swept through the attendees. Many people, filled with fear, ran to find safety, pushing past each other. The scene turned chaotic in a matter of seconds. The shot came from a considerable distance, about 200 yards away. Authorities later confirmed it likely came from the rooftop of the Lucy Center, another building on the campus. This high position gave the shooter a clear and unobstructed view of where Kirk was sitting beneath the tent. The attack was sudden, carefully aimed, and devastatingly effective. Kirk's personal security team reacted with urgency. They moved him away from the immediate area and quickly rushed him to a local hospital. Doctors worked hard to save him, providing emergency surgery, but his injuries were very severe. Sadly, Charlie Kirk passed away, succumbing to the trauma from the single bullet. A particularly heartbreaking detail was that his family was there. Charlie Kirk's wife and their 2 young children were present at the university event. They witnessed the terrible attack from the crowd, making the tragedy even more personal and profound. This added a deep sadness to an already tragic day, affecting not just the nation, but his loved ones directly. It was a shocking and unforgettable end to a public life. 4. The search for the killer. The search for the person who shot Charlie Kirk began at once. Many police officers from different agencies quickly came to Utah Valley University. They started a very big search for the killer. However, the shooter was not found. No one knew who the killer was, and they were still free. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, known as the FBI, quickly joined the case. Other government groups, like the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, also helped local police. FBI Director Kash Patel confirmed that the FBI would give full support to find the person responsible. Police had some details about the shooter's appearance. Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason said the killer wore all dark clothes. Only one gunshot was heard. This shot came from a far distance, about 200 yards away. It came from the roof of a campus building called the Lucy Center. The shot was very precise. This showed the killer planned carefully. It was a targeted attack, not a random act. There was some confusion early in the search. Police took 2 different people into custody to question them, but later both people were released. They were not the killer. One person was charged with trying to stop police work, but not for the shooting. This meant that after all questioning, there were still no suspects held by the police. The killer remained missing. The investigation was very hard because of the large crowd at the event. More than 3,000 people were present. Police had to talk to many witnesses. They also needed to watch many hours of videos from phones and campus security cameras. University Police Chief Jeff Long openly stated that event security was not good enough. Even with 6 university officers and Kirk's own private security team, they could not stop the attack. Some people at the event said no one checked their bags or asked for ID. Police admitted they made mistakes. They did not properly cover all areas,
especially the rooftops where the shooter was. Finding the killer would be a very difficult task. 5. A problem with safety. After the shooting, many questions arose. People wondered how the killer was not stopped.
The safety measures at the event where Charlie Kirk spoke were not very strong. There were 6 university police officers on duty. Charlie Kirk also had his own private security team, but these safety efforts were not enough to prevent the attack from happening. The shooter chose a high place to fire the gun. They stood on the rooftop of a building called the Lucy Center. This building was close by, about 200 yards from where Kirk was speaking. From this rooftop, the shooter had a clear line of sight to the outdoor event. They fired only one precise shot. Later, police admitted that this rooftop should have been secured by security staff. This was a clear failure in the security plan for the day. Many witnesses at the event spoke about the security problems. Tyler McGettigan, who was there, said he did not have to go through any security checks. He was surprised because he was not asked to show his identification when he entered the area. Even though he had registered online, no one checked his ID at the gate. This security gap likely helped the shooter in their plans. University Police Chief Jeff Long later spoke to the public. He admitted there was a clear security failure. He said, "We try to get our bases covered, and unfortunately, today we didn't. And because of that, we had this tragic incident." His words confirmed that safety protocols were not followed as they should have been. This left many people feeling worried and unsafe. Protecting public figures, especially those who speak in open places, is very difficult. Unlike top government officials who might have Secret Service, activists like Charlie Kirk often rely on private security. These teams might not be ready for a complex attack, like a shot from a distance. Experts say it is hard to check every possible high spot or hidden place that an attacker might use. This event showed the serious challenges in keeping important people safe at public gatherings. 6. The country reacts. The news about Charlie Kirk's death quickly spread across the United States. People everywhere felt shock and sadness. Political leaders from different parties shared their thoughts and feelings about the event. President Donald Trump was among the first to speak. He used his social media platform, Truth Social, to announce Kirk's death. President Trump called Charlie Kirk the great and even legendary. He said that no one understood young people better. Trump ordered all American flags to fly at half-staff, showing national respect for Kirk. Later, President Trump gave a speech from the Oval Office. He was very angry. He blamed what he called radical left political violence for the attack. President Trump said that for many years, those on the radical left had compared good Americans like Kirk to bad criminals. He stated, "This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now." President Trump promised that his government would find everyone who helped with this terrible act. He also said they would find the groups that support such violence. Other important Republicans also spoke. Vice President J.D. Vance posted a short message, praying for Kirk. Donald Trump Jr., who worked closely with Kirk, wrote, "I love you, brother. You gave so many people the courage to speak up, and we will not ever be silenced." Democratic leaders also widely condemned the killing. However, they did not agree with President Trump's specific words about who was to blame. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said he was shocked by the murder of Charlie Kirk. He stated that political violence of any kind and against anyone is unacceptable and completely incompatible with American values. Former President Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden issued a joint statement. They said, "There is no place for this violence. Jill and I are praying for Charlie's family and loved ones." California Governor Gavin Newsom called the attack disgusting, vile, and reprehensible, emphasizing that we must reject political violence in every form. Reactions came from other countries too. In Canada, the Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre spoke out. He said, "We all strongly denounce the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Political violence is never justified." This international condemnation showed worries about how safe political speakers and writers are and about freedom of speech for those with strong views. 7. A dangerous time. Charlie Kirk's death was not just one sad event. It showed a bigger problem in America. Many experts say that political violence in the country is growing fast. This kind of violence is now much more common than before, causing great concern across the nation. Numbers show this increase clearly. In the first half of 2025, there were about 150 politically motivated attacks in the United States. This is almost twice as many as in the first half of 2024. Between January 6, 2021, and the 2024 election, there were at least 300 acts of political violence documented. This marks the biggest rise in such violence since the 1970s. Since the start of 2025, 22 people have died from political violence, including Charlie Kirk. This shows a very serious trend. Attacks have come from different groups and targeted various people. Earlier in 2025, a Christian nationalist killed a senior Democratic state lawmaker and her husband in Minnesota. A pro-Palestinian activist also shot 2 employees at the Israeli embassy in Washington. In July, a group of militants attacked an immigration building in Texas, shooting a police officer. Utah's governor, Spencer Cox, called Charlie Kirk's killing a political assassination. This strong language shows how seriously leaders view this dangerous situation. Experts are very worried about what this means for the future of the United States. Dr. Michael Jensen, a researcher, said this event is terrifying and distressing, but not entirely unexpected. He explained that America is in a precarious situation. He believes it could easily lead to more widespread disorder if not managed well, and could cause even more violence. Other experts, including those from Europe, also see this growing violence as a unique problem for the U.S. They note that heated political talk and easy access to guns create a very risky environment. President Donald Trump spoke about this critical issue. He said that aggressive words from some political groups are directly causing this increase in violence. He promised that his government would act strongly against those who help cause such terrible acts. The growing anger and violence are making many people fear for the country's peace and stability. This is truly a dangerous and challenging time for American society. What happens now? Turning Point USA now faces a hard time. Charlie Kirk was its leader and main voice. Without him, the group has no clear path forward. People wonder who will lead it next. They also ask how the group will get money now. Charlie Kirk was very good at raising money and connecting with donors. His American Comeback Tour had just started across many universities. Now, its future is very uncertain, and many planned events may not happen. People will remember Charlie Kirk for many things. He created Turning Point USA when he was very young, at just 18 years old. He worked closely with President Donald Trump and was a strong ally. He talked to many young people and helped them care about conservative politics. He had a big radio show that many listened to and a large following online. He was also a husband and a father to 2 young children. His death happened while he was discussing gun violence, which many found to be a sad and dark irony. This event is a very important moment for America. The country must decide what kind of future it wants to have. Political violence has been growing, and this shooting makes that problem much bigger. It shows how divided people are and how angry politics has become. Leaders from both sides have spoken, but they often use the event to blame their political opponents. This tragic moment forces everyone to think deeply about what is happening in the country. It is a true turning point for how politics will work in America from now on. The choices made now will shape the nation's future. What do you think will happen next for American politics after this sad event? Please share your thoughts.
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.